Thoughts on getting started?
I'm happy as can be. We finally get out on the field. You know, it's been seemed like it's been a long time since we were out here last, and that was spring ball. And you know, when you get things wound down, it seems like you're still hurrying up to wait. And at least we're going to get practice started today, and I'm happy about that. We had good conditioning this morning, and I think the guys are wound up. They're fired up to get started, and you know, we'll get rolling. So I'm excited as can be.
Talk about the difference between last year, this time, and right now.
Well, you know, it's funny. I had a bunch of my leaders together. We had lunch, and we talked about that a little bit today. You know, this time a year ago, we knew physically we were a better football team. We were bigger, stronger, faster, and those types of things. But did we know how to win just yet? We found out that team could. Okay, well, this team has got the benefit of so many guys coming back off of that success. We do have guys that not only have experience winning, know how to win, but I think we expect to win now. That changes gears a little bit as you go into getting started on a season, and when that's not something you have to teach, you know, that's something you can build from. So I really feel like we're further along in that respect, and now it's making sure that we hold ourselves to those standards and work above them, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
How do you reload those bullets that you lost?
Well, you don't, you know, you replace them, and that's the beautiful thing about college football. You know, you'd love to keep some of those guys coming back. I've talked to a couple of them today. Say, it'd be fun to have y'all again, but paid a little better at San Francisco than what we are. You know, but that's what college football is, and the next guy gets his chance. And there's going to be you know, some new starters in there, and this is opportunity for guys to go running through a door. Their opportunity presents itself. Who's ready to go do something with it, and find out if some of these guys that you know, we've been, you know, that were young guys a while ago now should be at the point where they've grown into something a little bit and have that opportunity. So it's a matter of just helping get them coached up and giving them opportunities to prove what they can do.
You get a little less than a month to get ready for the season opener. What are you trying to shore up most? Defense, maybe?
Well, you know, the whole football team is something. You know, our attention is honestly going to be put on everything. You know, we've got more returners coming back on defense than anywhere on the field. You know, all but one starter is back. We got a number of guys there. Certainly playing to the standard that we want on that side of the ball. That's going to be part of what we're working on. And I think on that side, you know, we're at a point where finally, you know, we've got quite a few returning. We do have better size and strength. We've got more competition in the secondary. I think some better speed in the back end. That should translate to more successful play on that side of the ball. Offensively, I've got a number of guys coming back. I mean, we got a senior quarterback. Y'all just talked to him. That should mean an awful lot. We've got playmakers coming back at running back. You know, kids that have done things for us in the ball games. Same thing at receiver. Our leading receiver at tight end is also coming back. That should translate to some good things there. But there's going to be 4 new faces in that offensive line. So, you know, my attention is going to be helping those guys continue to come along. But you know, getting that offensive line secured, and who are those going to be? So, obviously, we got Matt Cleveland coming back, our starter at left tackle last year. There are going to be 4 new faces with him. Now, I got a pretty good idea who that pool is, but we need to get the final 5 determined in a timely fashion here, so that the final 5 can know we're going to be the guys at these spots, and we can get that to become, you know, the wall working together, not 5 different guys. It's a wall. And then how much do we have to work with? How many guys are going to come rolling in there that can join them? And that's what we're going to find out. That's what we got these next 4 weeks to get determined.
Said you talked to the coaches about this team learning how to win, and that's the difference between last year and this year. What is the confidence level amongst the guys?
Well, I think that they have got a great expectation. I think that you know, I see the expectation from them. You watch our defense out here today. You know, everybody keeps talking about that. I think you see a different swagger coming out of them today. I think you're going to see them carrying themselves with a little more confidence. They probably look a little bit better too, a little bigger and stronger maybe. But you know, the thing that this football team and what I'm pushing to them is you got to outdo what the last one did. Okay, that team won 8 games. This group of seniors, do you want to win only as many as they won, or can you outdo that? Can you win 9? Could you win more than 9? Can you win 10, 11, 12? What might it be? You know, that football team with 3 games left in the season was still in a position it could play for the conference championship. Can this team be in the race longer than that? Can this team win that championship? You know, that team, that group of seniors went out of here with 1 bowl ring on their fingers. Can you go out of here with 2 on your fingers? Can you be back-to-back bowl champions? You know, outdo what that team did is the challenge I've got to these guys. And, you know, when we're talking about it, they help me come up with what these goals are going to be. You know, that's the way they don't want to be the guys that came after that good team. They want to say, hey, that good team they were part of that too, but this team was better. That's the challenge. That's the goal. And we've got from now until the end of fall camp, you know, the week of the first game, we can work on that to the best of our ability. Then we can approach the preseason, those 5 non-conference games. Then we get a bye week and we get to go attack the WAC. Right now, we can work on getting these guys as good as we can get, find out who's going to be the most ready and able to help us when we start the fall season.
What's the message you gave the rookies when they came in?
Well, I told them welcome aboard. I'm glad you're here. Get out there and compete, because anybody that can play is going to get the chance. And I think the guys before that got here before you will prove that that's the case. They'll back that up. We don't need to hear how good you were. We know that or you wouldn't be here. Show us how good you are out here on the field, and let's hit the floor running. That's kind of the message that they got.
Coach, getting back to the offensive line, do you think that's the biggest question that needs to be answered at fall camp?
Well, it's certainly one that is of high concern. Yes, I think that's the biggest. Unknown, I think, probably to the outside world. I got a pretty good idea who some of those guys are going to be. You know, Cleveland's coming back, and Halaholo and Novikov both played a great deal for us last year. You know, you'd expect those two guys to be factors in there. You know, is Tapua, is he going to be a guard or is he going to be a center? Is Hasselbank going to be the center? Is he going to be a guard? Is he going to be the next guy in? You know, what's that pool going to be like? You know, Wiley is here. He's a junior college guy that we brought in to compete for a starting job at tackle. Can he win in one of those deals? Is Novikov going to start at tackle for us, at guard for us? Is he going to start for us? You know, I think, you know, we've got guys to work from. Getting them plugged into what are going to be the best five, and say, okay, here's your spots. Now, that doesn't mean you might not play another spot if something else happens, but that's kind of what we're looking at. So is that the unknown entity? Yeah, I don't have that answer yet either. That's what we're going to get found out here soon. And like I said, I'd like that to, you know, I wanted to try to determine that five guys as quick as we can so they can kind of form together to become the wall. But have those other guys ready, and those other guys still competing too, because if you don't get the job done, somebody else can come in and do it for you.
Talk about Nate and so then you're comfort level in him?
Well, I've got a great deal of confidence in Nate Enderle, and I think you know, the fact that his teammates have chosen him captain, I think that tells you a little bit about what they feel. You know, their confidence in him, and you know, I think he's very, very good. He's come a long, long ways. I see the way he's conducting himself, and I'm seeing him do things that I want to see him do. You know, he listens when we talk about, hey, what are ways I can improve my game, and he worked on those things. I saw him working on those things this summer, both, you know, physically with his tools and his mechanics and whatnot, but as a leader and spending time in the film room, and that was a great thing for him this summer. And you know, so I think we're going to see him continue to grow and come along, and you know, he's going to need to have some patience in helping that offensive line come together a little bit. You know, in the spring we started making some growth with the guys that we had here playing in the offensive line, and I went and shoveled things up a little bit. I moved that guard to center and that center over here to guard. I wanted to see what different guys might do. Well, that doesn't keep those five operating together when there's different faces in there, but we didn't need to be good then. We just need to be getting better then, and we did. Now we got to keep getting better, but start working towards who we're going to be when we play that first game.
Final question for me, of course, we have to ask about this. It's the first time we've talked to you, but the whole Boise State Idaho thing in the off season. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, all I would say, I think it proves it wouldn't, if it wasn't important and people didn't think there was relevance to it, I don't think it would have drawn as much attention as it did, and I don't think people would have been talking about it. And then with, I'm assuming you might be talking about a couple of comments that got made. I think that just goes to show you that you know, emotion can get anybody, and to me that's one of the beautiful things about the rival game. It brings out emotion, and you know, in a rival game there's only one way people see things. It's your way, and that's the only way, and it does draw emotion to the table, and sometimes emotion has people saying things that you might not want to say after you said it. Fair enough? Yep.
Let's go.
All right, how was your summer?
Summer was good. Glad fall camp's coming around. So
Talk about the excitement level coming in to today.
from the players' perspective,